Picture this. You're born in the vast African savanna, tall, gangly, and covered in spots. Welcome to the world of the giraffe, one of nature's most iconic creatures. With those long legs, towering neck, and a head that seems to touch the sky, it might seem like a dream life. But don't be fooled. Being a giraffe is not all sunshine and acacia leaves. In fact, it's a tough world out there for these gentle giants. So let's take a deep dive into the unique and often challenging life of a giraffe and why it kind of sucks to be born one. First off, let's talk about how a giraffe starts its life. The birth of a giraffe is dramatic, to say the least. Giraffes give birth while standing up, meaning a newborn has to fall a good 6 feet to the ground right after it's born. And let's just say that's not the most graceful landing. But there's no time to rest after that. The calf has to get up on its wobbly legs and stand within hours. A giraffe calf is born ready to move because in the wild, being immobile for too long could mean becoming lunch for predators like lions or hyenas. Now, you might be thinking, hey, being tall sounds awesome. But for giraffes, it's a double-edged sword. Sure, it gives them a great view of the savanna, but it also makes them an easy target. Standing at heights of 16 to 18 feet, giraffes are prime targets for predators, especially when they're young and vulnerable. Their legs are long but also awkward, and it's hard for them to run at full speed. That means predators can often catch them off guard. And the real kicker? Even adult giraffes aren't completely safe. While their height gives them an advantage, it also makes them susceptible to injury. Their legs, especially, are prone to severe injuries if they're ever caught in a struggle or attacked. The sheer size of a giraffe makes it difficult for them to take a fall, and once they're down, they're often easy prey. So, what does this mean for young giraffes? They need constant protection from their mothers and other members of the herd. Now let's talk about food. Giraffes are herbivores and are known for their love of acacia trees, but their height comes with a disadvantage in the foraging department. While they can reach the tops of trees where other animals can't, getting to the good stuff isn't as easy as it looks. For one, they have to stretch their long necks awkwardly to nibble on the highest branches. Imagine trying to reach a snack that's just out of arm's reach, except in the giraffe's case, it's a 10-foot stretch every time they want a meal. But the real problem comes when food is scarce. The savanna can be unpredictable, with droughts and changing weather patterns making food availability inconsistent. Giraffes need to wander great distances to find enough food, and they don't always find it in the quantities they need. And if their herd is traveling together, they need to be constantly aware of their surroundings to avoid running into predators during foraging time. Speaking of herds, giraffes, unlike some other animals, aren't born with a lot of independence. They need their mothers, especially in the early stages of life. A mother giraffe's job is far from easy. She must teach her calf where to find food, how to defend itself, and when to flee from danger. Calves rely heavily on their mothers for survival, especially when it comes to avoiding predators like lions, who are always on the lookout for an easy meal. But teaching doesn't stop there. Giraffes also need to learn the social ropes of their herd. They aren't solitary creatures and rely on group dynamics for safety. Giraffes communicate with each other through body language and subtle vocalizations, and young giraffes need to learn these cues to stay in harmony with their peers. This means that even after they've learned to stand on their own, young giraffes still have a lot of growing up to do before they can navigate the complexities of their social world. Let's not forget about the confrontations. Giraffes, particularly the males, often engage in necking battles, where they swing their massive necks like sledgehammers and use their heads like battering rams to knock each other around. This might sound like fun, but it's actually a brutal contest of strength, endurance, and strategy. And it's not just a matter of fighting for dominance. Giraffes also battle for mates. But the young males, who haven't yet grown into their full strength, often have to endure being pushed around by the older, stronger bulls. These necking battles are essential to maintaining a hierarchy in the herd, but they're also a constant risk. A young giraffe must not only dodge predators but also navigate the social battles within its group, which can be tough when you're not yet the tallest or strongest in the bunch. So, there you have it. Being born a giraffe comes with its fair share of hardships, from the risk of injury to the struggle of finding food, and the constant need for guidance and protection. Life in the wild is a test of resilience for these majestic creatures. Giraffes might look serene and graceful as they walk across the savanna, but behind that calm exterior is a life full of challenges, risks, and constant effort. But here's the thing. Despite all the obstacles, giraffes endure. They thrive in a world that's far from easy. They adapt, grow strong, and make it through the tough times. And while it might suck to be born a giraffe, it's this very resilience and ability to overcome adversity that makes them one of the most remarkable creatures in the wild. In the end, it's the struggle that shapes them into the giants we admire. So, the next time you see a giraffe, remember, they're not just tall and graceful, they're survivors, navigating a world full of challenges, and they do it with unparalleled resilience.